up, who would have had a harder time finding someone?
Ooh.
Not me.
So I just thought like it would be a nice little getaway for us, and I definitely feel like we need something like this.
Yeah, fire.
There are women who would celebrate Tia,
DMs that I have gotten from so many women,
turn around and then bash Rissa for trying to save her marriage.
Rissa is 100% a narcissist.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I am back again with another video. If you're not familiar with these two people who are on the screen, again, these are YouTubers Rissa and Quan. Her name is Rissa, his name is Quan, and they basically vlog their life here on YouTube, showing the ins and outs, you know, everyday life. It's almost like they have their own TV show, again, just vlogging their everyday lifestyle, their children, their family dynamic, and all of that. So recently, I don't know if you guys all were privy to the video in which I talked about them before. If not, I'll make sure that I put the link in the video so that you guys will be able to check that one out first. But basically, Quan and Rissa got into some kind of disagreement. It was clear and evident that it, you know, was at a certain level of disrespect, in which Quan decided to take the matters to social media. Okay, so he, you know, put on his Instagram story and on his Twitter account, you know, he had all these posts that were coming up. There was one that said that he was basically going to be single for life. You know, there was another one followed after that. And so obviously it caught the YouTube internet streets by storm, you know, people who watch them by storm, being that they have accumulated over, I believe, 3 million subscribers. So there's a lot of people who are attached to them and attached to watching their family dynamic, again, watching their relationship, people who have saw them, you know, start from the beginning when they had no children to now the fact that they have 2. And a lot of people were surprised because of the way in which Quan displays himself on their YouTube videos. Okay, so he is known as being very lovey-dovey, very, you know, showering Rissa with attention and love and affection and admiration. You know, the cookie cutter idea of what every girl says that they want. You know, a lot of people know him for that type of behavior. Now, it caught, again, everybody by surprise, but also it was a lot of the things that he said in lieu of, you know, bringing up his sister and the things that he, you know, he was basically saying on his sister's life, and his sister, unfortunately, is no longer living. So people took that situation very, very seriously. Right? They've never seen him act out of character before. They'd never see him say the things that he said in magnitude, again, on his stories or on the posts. After about a week or so of all of the, you know, people on social media creating narratives and thinking of the things that they could have, you know, possibly went through or gone through to create the demise in their relationship, the two of them actually sat down and decided to approach their audience and give a little bit of insight of the things that they were going through without actually going into much detail.
Like I said, we're going to keep as much privacy as we can at this point, like to not share exactly details, but I just want you to know that it wasn't something that, like, it was a serious situation, and how he reacted was valid because those were his feelings and he was upset, he felt disrespected.
So in that video, they actually spoke about, you know, Rissa, which again is the woman in this picture. She spoke up about, you know, her having to be accountable for her actions. The fact that, you know, her spouse, Quan, in the situation, he felt disrespected about something, and she had to look into herself, you know, be accountable for her actions. And had it not been for him accepting her apology, that they would have not been able to even come together and sit down to make those videos.
The reason why we're even able to sit right here is because I had to take accountability for something. I had to apologize to Quan. He had to accept my apology, and that's why we're even sitting here.
So recently, Quan actually had a birthday, which I found out was the same day as mine. Okay, it was the same day as mine. It was July 28th, and they decided to now vlog them going out of the country. So she stated that she had, prepared long before any kind of conflict that the two of them had. She had planned for the two of them to take a trip by themselves, without the family, without their children. She wanted to shower him for his birthday, get him gifts and take him out on a trip out of the country.
I haven't been on like our own solo vacation in a very long time, so this is something that I had like been planned to do for like kind of like an early birthday surprise for Rissa Quan. As you guys know, his birthday is this month, so I just thought like it would be a nice little getaway for us, and I definitely feel like we need something like this.
Something that I found very interesting after that video dropped is that TikTok was full of think pieces on she's doing the most and she's doing this and she's doing that, and she's pulling out all stops, she's spending all kind of money on him and this and that because of all the gifts that she is providing him with. And all these things, there was so much negativity spewing from some of the people who just caught wind of the drama on social media, but also some of the supporters who obviously have been watching for a very long time, who were talking about, how they feel, how she is and how she is like this bad person, and all of these things that people were spewing on TikTok and Instagram as a whole.
Having been the narcissist in one of my relationships, to then having attracted a narcissist because I was once a narcissist, and then having overcome both, so I no longer attract narcissists and I am no longer, this is so clear. First of all, I'm going to stop making videos about them when I stop noticing new things, okay? But it is so clear that in Rissa Quan's last video, Rissa is 100% a narcissist.
And what I wanted to do, the purpose of this video, is to basically say that, there are times when women do something wrong in a relationship and they are pressured by their friends, by their family, by their peers, and in this case, by social media, to hurry up and put a Band-Aid on situations and let it be a quick fix. When in actuality, that could not be further from the truth. If you are in a long-lasting and standing relationship, sometimes you have to wade in the water. Okay? You cannot sit there and you did something wrong and have people around you or surrounding you try to pressure you and tell you what you should and should not do, because half the time, most of the people who are giving advice and are telling you or trying to pressure you on what you should and should not do not even have a relationship to even, talk about. They have never been in a long-standing relationship. They don't know how to help you. And they are just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, waiting to see everything crumble. I thought of this as a message to a lot of women, because there's a lot of women who get in spaces and maybe you have things that you have to work on, right? Nobody in a relationship is perfect. I'm sure that he has his flaws as well as she has her flaws. However, something that I notice is that a lot of women feel like because women are above reproach, that their flaws are supposed to be overlooked. They're supposed to be able to disrespect a man. They're supposed to be able to call a man out of his name. They're supposed to be able to, quote unquote, get out of character and say whatever it is under the sun, or do whatever it is under the sun to disrespect their spouse. And when they feel like he's supposed to get over it, he's supposed to just run, jump, and get over it.
Please, 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 please.
So what?
So what?
Yes, so what if he's the devil?
You got two choices. Yes or...
It takes time to show and prove, okay? Based off of whatever extent it was that you were willing to go to disrespect your spouse. They need time to wait and see, to see how it is that you're going to maneuver, because if that was so unexpected and came so out of left field, they need time to make sure that that is not a character trait. That is not something that you are going to repeat again and again, and this was just their first time seeing it. A lot of people act like men don't pay attention, men don't see things, men never know what's going on, and that is not true. Men are the ones who are very observant. They are watching with a watchful eye, okay? They watch keenly. as good leaders, they are very observant, right? By nature. They want to see what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. They want to see if you are really apologetic or if you are just apologizing because you just want, him to react in that same exact manner that he used to react, right? In their case, they want to see if you're apologizing just because you want him to, be sweetie, sweetie, baby, baby all over again. They have to watch. And how they will know if they are making the right decision moving forward is based off of your consistency and not mirroring behavior because it's not going your way as quick as you would want it to. A lot of women, they start out on a good foot. They're apologetic, they're sincere, they are accountable for their actions. And then, before you know it, they talk about, well, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing it with you. You know what? I'm going to go because there's going to be a whole bunch, there's other fish in the sea. And there's a whole bunch of other people who would love to be with me. So if you don't want to, deal with the fact that I'm sorry and you don't want to get over it, then we don't got to be together. There's a lot of women that take that route and regret it.
Can't just get over something. It takes time to heal. You're allowed to take however much time you need to, and no one has the authority to tell you how much time that should take.
That's what they call jumping the gun. Moving too quick, moving too swift, being too impulsive. To all the women who were in her comment sections of, her YouTube, her Instagram, all over the place, all of them are talking about, oh, she doing the most, she doing all of this. And what do you guys suggest that she is supposed to do? It would behoove her to do her best, trying to keep her family together, trying to fix her family structure, especially the fact that they have 2 young kids. And again, no disrespect to anybody, but it's a proven thing that if you are a woman and you have, children and you are stepping outside the relationship, it will be much easier for him to move on, even though he has kids, than for a woman to move on.
I broke up, who would have had a harder time finding someone?
I didn't make up that rule. I didn't say anything. That's just what it is. Not saying that it's impossible for a woman to move on. I never said that. I'm just saying that most of the time, especially when your babies are little, it is a lot easier for that man to move on and go start a whole new life than it is for the woman. A lot of women who get into this space, again, nobody is perfect. If you did something in your relationship and you're at the spot that you are examining yourself and maybe something that was built up in you, maybe a childhood trauma, maybe a problem, or maybe just something that you had tucked away and it came and it brought itself to the surface, all you need to do is cut it out and keep it and push it forward. And when I say cut it out, I mean as in sever it. Cut ties with it. Let it go. Release it. Give thanks for the situation that allowed it to reveal itself to you so that you can fix it now before you are way down the line and the situation is worse. Before he is out the house. Before he is gone to no return. Give thanks for that. Release it. Keep it pushing and move on. And in the moment, do not grow weary of doing good. Do not grow weary of remembering that you were in a space that you are asking for forgiveness for something that you did. It's interesting because a lot of, if a man does something to a woman, they will bring it up 3 years later, a month later, a week later. They will just constantly, drill it over and over again and remind you what you did. But again, oftentimes what I see is that when women do something, first of all, they're not as apologetic. Okay, if you can get a woman to apologize for something that she did, she's a different type of woman. I'm just going to be honest, because a lot of women, they do not like to be backed in a wall. And when you get them in a corner, that's when they start swinging. Okay, that's when they get into defense mode. And, if all else fails, they'll just cry. When all roads lead to this man is not buying it, here come the tears. But it's important to, stand in it and be accountable for your actions. And being accountable for your actions is not just saying the words that you're sorry. It's also showing the behavior that you are willing to work with that person for them to forgive you. Which I believe, from what I'm observing, I don't know, I'm not in the house with them, I don't know nothing that's going on. But from what she is portraying, that seems as though that is exactly what she is doing. Which she should.
I already booked something for tomorrow. I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, fire.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday! And again, to the people who are the naysayers and the this and the that, silence the noise. Because if you need anything, those people are not coming. Those people could never love those kids the same way that this man that you hugged up in the picture with gonna love those kids. I see, there's some stuff on Threads that he has posted, and a lot of people think that he is still being subliminal in the things that he's saying, and he could be, not sure. I don't know. But at the end of the day, keep your feet in the paint, girl, and keep working on it. Don't pay attention to that. Sometimes, women get too intricate and they pay attention too much to the minor details. Just focus on what you're doing. Just focus on what you can control. As long as he's not, taking it to a certain level or, harming you, focus on what you're doing. You did something wrong. Don't worry about the fact that he not hugging you enough, or he not, hugged up on the side of the bed with you, or he's not acting the same way he used to. Just focus on you, because trust me, he is paying attention to the things that you're doing. He's watching you. You might get a little frustrated. Keep it to yourself. Okay? Go cry in the car. Cry in the shower. But again, do not grow weary. Stay in it. I saw, again, like the two of them, it looked like they took a vacation, and it looked like they needed it. It looked like they had a great time. It's good that they're working on things. And again, we're in a space now that people actually want to tear down the relationship. They will more, and this is no shade to anybody, okay? I saw somebody come in my comment section saying, like, oh, I thought you just couldn't stand Tia. Then I see you just can't stand all women. I have nothing personal against Tia. I'm using the situation that happens for a talking point to also reach other women who are in similar situations who could be making mistakes. But in bringing up that name, there are women who will celebrate Tia.
DMs that I have gotten from so many women that are going through the same thing and just saying how they admire my courage.
And then who will turn around and then bash Rissa for trying to save her marriage, save her relationship, fix the peace in her home because she did something.
Rissa is 100% a narcissist.
I don't get it. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.